New World PvP is so fun. You go in, you absolutely destroy your enemies, you have fun with new builds, you grab the flag, you push people off the edge, you capture the flag for your team. There's just so many different ways of playing it. Yesterday, I was doing an influence race in the open world, and in the middle of a duel or skirmish, a turkey just came running down. That's what New World is really about. And the best thing is by doing this, you can get a very good gear, especially artifacts and items with infixes on them. Sadly though, they cost you Azoth salt, which is very hard to get, especially when you're trying to get artifacts that cost you 50k of Azoth salt. And by the time that you get your 50k, you have wasted many reward tracks that you could have used regardless, if you weren't going for that one particular artifact. So are there any ways that you can actually get yourself more of this Azoth salt? Or you're just doomed doing the same capture the flag mode over and over again? Well, in this video, we're gonna go through a few strategies that can help you get some more Azoth. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning, and let's get into it. The first thing to see is, how do you get Azoth? You get Azoth by engaging in a war, outpost wars, 3v3 arenas, PvP missions, PvP open world kills, and earning XP while flagged. This means that you can just go in here, and as long as you're doing any sort of PvP, you will indeed get some Azoth slots. But this is how everybody does it. And this is clearly not enough for you to get enough Azoth salt. But there's one little thing at the end of this saying that can actually help you a lot. And that is earning XP while PvP flagged. Whenever you go into a fast travel point, you can tag up and on, up and off, up and down, on and off from PvP. Whenever you're tagged on, you're not only gonna be able to kill other enemies from other factions in the world, which will indeed give you Azoth salt, but every activity in the world that would give you standing will actually give you some Azoth salt as well. For example, earlier I was exploring Nighthaven, unlocking some waypoints, and I went from 32k to 33.6k just by exploring. This happened when my Nighthaven got leveled up from level 18 to level 19, which means that if you go to any world, any place, and you do just normal quests, story quests, and even side stories, like you can see right here, as long as you're PvP flagged and you get levels from here, you'll be getting some Azoth salt. If you're grinding for the faction reputation to get particular items, and of course those beautiful chromatic seals, you will also be getting Azoth just by doing this quest. The best place, of course, for this is the Great Cleave, but you can go anywhere you want. And the daily one gives you a little bit more than after you repeat it. That being said, repeating Great Cleave seems to be the fastest one. You can even queue into expeditions, and because there's a daily bonus that gives you experience, as well as the mutated expeditions as well, and the quests they have inside of them, they will also give you some Azoth salt. Not the biggest amount, but you probably will need to do this kind of stuff for different artifacts, different items, or just to understand how they work and get better at the game. So there's really no reason not to come in here pre-PvP flagged up so you can get a little bit more Azoth while you're doing it. Essentially, any activity in the game that gives you some sort of experience and you can be PvP flagged up for it will indeed count. Gathering, killing enemies. You could even in theory farm the open world spots for gear while PvP flagged, getting a little bit of experience, not too much, just cause. The only issue is that you might actually get killed here and well, then I guess you can't farm anymore, you're gonna have to get back up. But in theory, you can do it. There's also a special trick where you make a PvP camp tier 5 in any map, ideally one with very low territory standing. You go on it and you craft items while PvP flagged in order to get more territory standing, sell these items, and also get more Azoth salt. You do this by specifically making infused alcohol, which you can sell later, And I heavily recommend you go check Cecil's guide on it, as he explained it way better than I'm gonna explain it here. You can also bring all of these buffs right here, like Tone Loyalty on all 3 bags to give you more territory standing, Tutorial Triumph, the music buff that you can get from someone else or yourself, Territory Standing Booster to make Territory Standing bigger and give you more Azoth Salt. This applies for every one of the previous things we talked about, not only this crafting method. It is very important for you to do this crafting method while PvP flagged though, as otherwise it won't work. You will also have to be outside in the actual open world for you to say that PvP is enabled, otherwise it will also not work. Alright guys, you can also do influence races, and yeah, of course you can do the whole thing to get a lot of Azoth Salt, but if you want to min-max the amount of salt you get, you can just, you know, go to one camp, kind of AFK there for a little bit, get a little bit of influence, maybe kill some enemies, and then go do something else to get more Azoth Salt, like dungeons or whatever. You will get it at the end of the influence race, and you'll get a good amount. This is when I started the influence race after I killed one enemy, okay? And I think I stood there for like a little bit in one camp that got instantly deleted, but whatever. I want to do some catacombs, and after I came back of them, boom, I got this amount of PvP and this amount of Azoth Salt. It was actually pretty nice, and I wasn't even PvPing. I just went in for a little bit, helped, and then left. Very nice thing to do. Now, if you're still struggling with this and you need even more Azoth Salt, I will heavily recommend you to sometimes just complete the track. You don't actually have to pick anything here. When you get to the level 3, you can complete a track and it will reset. Sometimes, let's say that this is the item that I needed, this is the artifact that I needed. Sometimes it's okay to complete the track just because you're getting artifacts so many times right now that completing the track, getting more Azoth Salt, and just continuing is better than to actually pick the item you want. Which in my opinion is a little bit of an oversight. I don't know why artifacts are so expensive that we're gonna have to actually skip the ones that we want in order to get them later. And if you're really targeting one, you should definitely not do that. But yeah, the artifacts should probably be a bit less expensive. But there you go. That's all the tips and tricks that I have for you. Hopefully this helps. If I got anything wrong, please let me know. There's not that much information about this, and I was desperate for it, especially as a new player. I don't really have all the artifacts or anything like that, so I'm really trying my best to just blast here. So if I got anything wrong, I'll leave it in the pinned comment down below, okay? And if it's very bad, I guess I'll have to remake this video. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning. See you guys around. Love you all. Ciao, ciao.